Hello everyone. Today we'll be unboxing another figurine for the week. Here we have is a figurine from the manufacturer and distributor, Good Smile Company. A figurine part of Freeing's B-Style line is a 1/4 scale PVC figure of the character Yamada Anna, bunny version, from the series Boku no Kokoro no Yabai ya Tsu, or The Dangers in My Heart. As always, before we take the figurine out of its packaging, just in case you didn't know, Boku no Kokoro no Yabai ya Tsu, or The Dangers in My Heart, is a manga serialized in Aki Shoten's Weekly Shonen Champion on March 2018 by the mangaka Sakurai Norio, who's also worked on other mangas like Mitsudomoe in 2006 and Rororo in 2016. The series has gotten an anime adaptation by the same name, The Dangers in My Heart, in 2023, consisting of 12 episodes, and also a season 2 in 2024, consisting of 13 episodes, both animated by studio Shin-Ei Animations, which also includes an ONA called Boku no Kokoro no Yabai ya Tsu Tui Yaba. There is also a movie set to release named Boku no Kokoro no Yabai ya Tsu Gekijouban in 2026 by the same studios as the anime Shin-Ei Animations. That's basically a recap movie that also includes new footage and also a continuation of the story that I believe is going to adapt a concert where Ichikawa's sister and her band play a song that Ichikawa wrote for Yamada. And if you are wondering, yes, I am excited for it, and when it comes out, I hope to see it. So as you can see here, this is Yamada Anna's box rotating in 360. So as always, without holding you guys back, let's just take Yamada Anna out of her packaging and see how the figurine looks. Here we have is Yamada Anna straight out of her packaging. As you can see here, she's actually quite well protected. As you can see, she has bubble wrapping, a little bit of styrofoam on the top towards her head portion, and also her base is wrapped with plastic to protect the figurine. But besides that, there's not really much else to add. You can see that there's 2 bunny ears on the top there, also in a separate section separated from her head. So let's just remove all of this and see how the figurine looks. So here we have is an assembly instruction sheet. So basically, like, you know, every other freeing figurine we get, it does have a little section of how you can remove both of the little insert ears and connect the real ears. Pretty simplistic, it's all in Japanese, but you can still follow it regardless if you don't speak Japanese or read Japanese. Here we have is the base, and the first thing I've noticed at the top here is actually a matted finish rather than a glossy finish that we usually get. Here at the bottom we do get is information such as the mangaka and other info of the series and also where it's made. And at the bottom here there is a glossy finish compared to the top where we saw just a matted finish. And the bottom is actually quite reflective, and you can kind of see the insert hole there, or should I say the metallic peg that goes into the base. And besides that, there's not really much too special to show you. There is one metal or aluminum peg there, and this little acrylic or little plastic, clear plastic insert there can come off, but I don't know why you'll do that, but you could do that, I guess. But besides that, nothing really too special about it. It's just a regular base. It does have a little bit of glossy finish towards the outer rims, but besides that, let's just move on to the figure. So here we have is Yamada Anna's figurine. So usually, like every other B-style figurine they do have, she does come with high heels. And as you can see here, amazing paintwork here on the heels, but it's not completely black. There's actually a little bit of tone of a whitish, grayish coloring to it, so it's not pure black. So here at the bottom you do see is the inserts where you do connect it to the base itself. And again, it actually is a really amazing paint job they did. There's nothing really bad about it. So usually with frames we tend to see that they do a really nice job when it comes to the paint. And again, this is a bit of a mixed media, so you do get is a little bit of fabric leggings, which again looks really great. Actually, when I see, usually when I get freeings, I tend to get a little bit more of like a pricey feel to them, which yes, freeings are a little bit pricey, but I know they sometimes sell some with bare legs, and as you can see, her little knee area is actually quite detailed. You can't really notice it from a distance, but when you look at it near you or close by, you could see that they did a nice paint job by her knees. But because of her leggings, it kind of blocks that, but that's actually really cool that they do that even when it's blocked. And going up here to her waist area, we do get is her, bunny suit, which you can see is actually pressed up against her, or like a tight fit, where you kind of see a protrusion of her belly button and a little bit of her stomach area, which is actually quite detailed. And you do see is a little bit of creases around her sides there, and also right here between her little thigh area, which gives it detail. Going from the side, she's actually arched a little because she's in a little posture while her arm is resting behind her. And here on the back side, which again looks quite well sculpted, I don't really see anything bad or wrong. I apologize for the little bit of lighting there, but here we have is her bunny tail. And again, you can kind of see from this angle that it's not pure black, but a bit of a whitish grayish hue on the bunny suit. Here's her left hand. That's a little bit of a closed palm, open palm. And you see there she has like the little cuffs around her arm, or wrist I should say, while she has her right hand placed against her left arm by her elbow area. But yeah, so it actually looks quite well, but because of her hair sculpt, it's a little bit hard to see her back. Here's her bunny tail here, but her back section there is a little bit hard to see because of her sculpted hair. But from what I see, it actually looks quite detailed. You see there's a little line there at the back for her spine, and for her back of her like a little bit of bone protrusion there, which actually looks really detailed. But again, because it's hair here, that it's super stiff, so you can't really move the hair around much. But there's little areas where you could, but I advise don't do that. It feels like you could break it, but you could flex the little sections there. But here's the side here where we see is her front bosom area, which actually is painted quite well. You can kind of see there's some areas where it's a little bit of a reddish pinkish tone, almost as if she's getting a little bit red because of her bunny suit's a little bit tight on her. But that's actually really nice of a detail there they added. And the sculpt here looks really nice from her side bosom area. And here's a better view of her hair sculpt, which is quite detailed, but not really when it comes to the lines. They actually added a bit of different color shading to her hair, which kind of gives it more of a like hair look, but it's actually flat. But because of the dynamic hair coloring they added with a little bit of dark blue, it gives it a lot of detail. So here's her face, which I think they really captured it quite well, especially with the mangaka style. A little bit, I feel like it could have maybe, did a little bit more work. You can kind of see her big ears on the side and her eyes there, which kind of fit the character. But again, it's kind of weird in certain angles, or maybe it's just me. I think in some angles it looks good, but there's some angles where it looks like a little bit off. Here's her side profile and the other side here. But I think they did a pretty nice job with the character's face. I think it really captures Yamada's, little smile look. Here's a closer shot here by her hair. What you do see is a little bit of eyebrows underneath her bangs. And you do see is where, yeah, you do see a little bit of detail by her neck here, because her head is a little bit twisted. You do see is a little bit of muscle, like a line there to represent like a muscle, which is actually really detailed. Here's a better look of her eyebrows underneath her front bangs, and her lips are actually a little bit glossy. Here from this side, you can kind of see a little bit better of her hair, and as I stated earlier, there's not a lot of lines for the hair, but I think the paint job they did on her hair kind of makes up for it, where it kind of feels a lot of detailed hair. But from the coloring, you can kind of see it falls flat, but the hair coloring makes it, feel like hair. Here's the inserts there of the ears where you do replace by her headbands, so we will be doing that later. But regardless, I actually really like this figurine. Again, it's a little bit weird seeing her with a bunny outfit, but you could kind of say that this is because she has a modeling career, but it's still a really nice figurine. All the way from the bottom of her heels all the way to the top of her head, I think all the sculpt looks really amazing, and I love the little details on it. And actually, I kind of really don't have much else to say about it, so I'll kind of say that till the end. Again, a really nice and cute figurine, so let's just connect this to her base, and I guess continue on with her ear portion, I guess. So here we have is one of the bunny ears for Yamada, and actually it's a little bit weird because I know that their other ears, or the other bunny ears, come sculpted with the bunny ears, but this one's just flat, so they didn't really add much detail to it. But besides that, I mean, I guess that's not really, I don't really, mind that much, but I'm actually surprised it's just a black piece there, which kind of looks more of a leaf than an ear, but that's how it is. So you do connect this little section here to one of the ears. So here's the other bunny ear, and again the same thing. It's just flat. They didn't really add the little curve of like the inside of the bunny ear. It's just flat, plain ear. So I mean, I don't really mind, so let's just connect this to Yamada. Alright guys, so that was Freeing's 1/4 scale PVC figure of the character Yamada Anna from the series Boku no Kokoro no Yabai ya Tsu, or The Dangers in My Heart. All in all, I gotta say is, besides it being a little bit weird seeing Yamada with a bunny outfit, you could say it's because she has a modeling career, so that's why she's wearing something like this, because I think she's in middle school. But In current manga, I think she's going to high school. But anyways, guys, I think it's really nice. I would have rather seen a 1/7 scale of both Yamada and Ichikawa, but that's just me. I'm still waiting for that, so please someone make it. A really great, amazing series. I know I have history on my channel talking about this series. I did want to clarify, I don't know if because someone told me they didn't get emotional. I said I was going to get emotional. I didn't say you're going to get emotional. I think I remember I said that you guys will really love the series. Was I made fun of? Yes. Do I regret it? Maybe a little. But I want to be genuine with you guys. So just to clarify, when I got emotional, it was because of the build-up. From the music to the voice acting, all the way to the point that we had them confess. Because I read the manga, so I knew it was coming. The manga, I was happy. And the anime, I got emotional. I can't lie. So I did want to clarify that. That's the reason why I got emotional. That's what touched me. Great job with the soundtrack of this show. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this series again, but here I am talking about it. Great, amazing series. And the movie, I'm really excited. If they animate the music or the singing from her sister's band, if they do a good job, hopefully I don't get emotional. I'm gonna try not to. But if it's really cute, I'm just gonna have to let my tears run. But anyways, guys, a cute figurine. If you have not checked out the series, check it out. It's an amazing series. I really enjoyed it, and I know you guys will too. So anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this one. Thank you guys for the support. Again, always support the original creators and their works. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll leave you guys off with the figurine rotating in 360. And I'll see you guys in the next one. The soundtrack is so good. I'll probably put some if I'm able to.
始まる